So children, in last class we have started hereditary evolution. So in last class, children, what did I say? So I said that heredity is transfer of characters from parents to offspring. Okay, what is heredity? I said children, heredity is transfer of characters from parents to offspring. I told you. And what is variation? Slight difference between parents and offspring is the variation in genetic characters. I told you. Now, study of heredity and variation is called genetics. I told you. Who is the father of genetics? I told Mendel. And Mendel worked on which plant? I said pea plant. The scientific name of pea plant is Pisum sativum. Why did he select Pisum sativum pea plant? It can grow in any season and it has short lifespan and it has many characteristics which are useful for carrying out breeding techniques as well. Now, I told you Mendel worked on pea plant and proposed two famous laws. One is called as law of segregation. One is called law of segregation, and another one is called law of independent assortment. Independent assortment. Along with this, law of dominance. Law of dominance. Three laws he proposed. For law of segregation, children, we will study monohybrid cross. Monohybrid cross. You have to listen carefully, children. If not, you will get confusion later. And for law of independent assortment, we will study dihybrid cross. Children, it is explained in the book, but not in stepwise manner. You'll get a lot of confusion if you don't listen carefully now. Okay. So today we will discuss monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross. Two things I will discuss. Okay. So coming to monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross, so also listen carefully. What is monohybrid cross? Children, monohybrid cross means, see children, see all of you carefully, please mute your audios. Carefully you see children, whatever points I write, as it is, you should write 3 marks question in board exam. Okay? Imagine a tall plant is crossed with a dwarf plant. Okay, children? There will be a question like this in exam. You have to listen children. Tall plant, this is tall plant. Both are same phenome, both are same alleles, so this is called homozygous tall. First time you will get confusion, children. As you keep listening, you will understand. Listen carefully. This is called homozygous dwarf. Dwarf means short. They both are crossed. When they both are crossed, actually in first generation, victim small t, 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 victim small t. You will get one big tall character, one short character. So overall, we have taken here tallness as dominant. I have taken tallness as dominant and shortness as recessive. Whichever is taking, you are taking dominant, that letter only we should use. As tall is dominant, capital T, and its recessive is small t, small t. So in first generation, you will get all tall plants only you will get, because dominant character will only come in first generation. But tall means capital T, here big T, small t. One recessive character is hidden inside, it is not expressed outside. Such a type of tall character is called heterozygous tall. Heterozygous tall. You will get confusion, children, first time, just listen. Homozygous tall means big T. Homozygous dwarf means small t, small t. Heterozygous tall means big T, small t is heterozygous tall. Out of the 4 plants which you got in first generation, take any 2 plants and go for self cross. When you self cross, you will get big T, you will get big T, small t, you will get big T, small t, you will get small t, small t. Okay, you got one homozygous tall, perfect tall, 2 heterozygous tall, and 1 homozygous dwarf. You got homozygous dwarf, perfect dwarf. First dwarf character came in second generation. This is called F2 generation. Second filial generation. This is first generation. And nothing you should miss, children. Everything as it is you should write. This is going to be a 3-mark question with ratios you should write. What is phenotypic ratio? What is genotypic ratio? phenotypic ratio and genotypic ratio also you should know. Compulsory should write. Anything is missing, you will not get marks. Phenotypic ratio, P for P, physical appearance. For appearing, three of them are tall and one is short. So 3:1 is phenotypic ratio. For appearance, three are tall, but one is short. Genotypic means genotypically this is of one variety. These both are of one variety. This is of one variety. 1:2:2. Everything children. So you have to say homozygous tall, homozygous dwarf. In first generation, when you cross-pollinate them, you get all tall characters only. In first generation, dominant characters are expressed. Since tallness is dominant, dominant characters only will come. This is called law of dominance. This is called law of dominance. In first generation, compulsory dominant character only will come. Suppose if dwarfness was dominant, then in first generation all of them would have been dwarf. Okay, so you'll get all tall only, but they are heterozygous, not homozygous. The homozygous means same letters. Opposite letters means heterozygous. Now take any two plants and go for self-pollination. When you do self-pollination, you'll get one homozygous tall, two heterozygous tall, one homozygous dwarf. Phenotypic ratio, genotypic ratio. Okay, like this you have to do. I know 100% you did not understand. Okay, later you copy this children. This will come for 3 marks. I will show you 2 more examples. Then you will understand children. I will give 2 more examples. This only will come in exam. This only they explain, but they won't explain as how I showed children. They will explain in the form of theory children. You have to understand. You are expected to understand. Okay. First time only you won't understand. I will give one more example. Please all of you see here children. Please see here. I am rubbing this children. Okay. Copy this will be there in my notes also, description. I will keep notes also. And also you can check the video and you have tried as it is. Nothing should miss. No naming, nothing. Everything should be there. Okay. One more I will give example. You will understand. Please see here. Imagine I have crossed black. Children, you want black dominanta, white dominanta? Tell me, which one you want? Black dominanta, white dominanta? Anyone?
Black.
Black. Okay, boys are saying black dominant. Sure. Take black dominant means BB you should keep, and white we should keep as small b, small b. No, sir, white dominant means the white we have to keep WW, and black we have to keep small w, small w. Anyway, black dominant I'm taking. So here this is called homozygous black dog. I am crossing with the homozygous white dog. White. Whichever is dominant, that letters only should be there. Whichever is dominant, that letters only should be there. When I cross in the first generation, I get big B small b, big B small b, big B small b, big B small b. This is first generation, and all of them appears black only. But what black they are? Heterozygous black, not homozygous. Homozygous means same letters. Now, all of them will be black. That is called law of dominance. In first generation, only dominant characters is expressed. In first generation, only dominant characters is expressed. Take any two dogs and again self-cross them. When you self-cross them, you will get big B, big B, big B, small b, big B, small b, small b, small b, and this is homozygous black. This is heterozygous black. This is homozygous white. White came in second generation. This is F2, second generation. Okay, and what is phenotypic ratio and genotypic ratio? Compulsory should write down of this. Phenotypic ratio. Phenotypic means appearance. For appearance, 3 of them are black and 1 is white. Genotypic ratio. Genotypic. 1 is of one variety, 2 are of one variety, 1 is of one variety. Understood, children? Okay. I know it. Because children, first time you are listening, no, that's why you get confusion. Okay, children, for your comfort, one more example, children, one more example. After this, you will understand, definitely. So, one more example. Imagine Imagine, children. One more example. Second, two examples over. One more example. I'm giving. Let me say, children, a round seed is there, wrinkled seed is there. Which one you want dominant? Round or wrinkled? Which one you want dominant?
Round.
Round.
Okay, when round is dominant, homozygous round is bigger,
Capital.
and homozygous wrinkled is
Small.
smaller. So this is homozygous round, which is dominant, and this is called homozygous wrinkled seed. Wrinkled homozygous wrinkled seed means not perfect round. When you cross them in first generation, you have one generation. What do you get? Bigger, smaller, bigger, smaller, bigger, smaller, bigger, smaller. All of them are round. That is called law of dominance. But what round they are? What round they are? Heterozygous round. Fantastic. Heterozygous round. They are not perfect round. Perfect round is bigger, bigger. They appear to be round, but they have one recessive character in their body. When you take any two plants, four we have, any two, and self-pollinate them. This is cross, this is self. We'll get in a two generation, one bigger, one bigger, one bigger, one smaller, one bigger, one smaller, one smaller, one smaller. So what is this? Homozygous
Homozygous.
round.
Round.
What is this?
Heterozygous round.
Heterozygous round. What is this?
Homozygous
Homozygous
seed.
Homozygous wrinkled seed. Understood, children? Are you comfortable? So what is phenotypic ratio? Appearance. For appearance, three of them are
3:1.
round. Three of them are round. One is only wrinkled. And what is genotypic ratio? Genetically, one is of one variety, two are of one variety genetically, and one is of one variety. Like this, nothing should. This should not this should not this should not this should not this. This. Everything should be there in the question. You will get 3 marks. 3 marks questions. It's this many examples I won't give in textbook, children. They will only say tall and dwarf. This is monohybrid cross. Monohybrid means one character they have taken, either height. Here I have taken shape of the seed. In previous one I have taken color of the dog. In one character you have to take a cross. If two characters you take, that is called dihybrid cross. That we will discuss in law of independent assortment. This is law of segregation. Law of segregation means during crossing, from here one will segregate, from here one allele will segregate, both of them will combine, and you will get a new character. But for appearance they appear round, but internally they have one recessive character, which will appear in second generation. How much ratio? This is 75%, this is 25%. Recessive character appears how much ratio? 25% ratio. Recessive character appears in second generation for how much ratio? 25% ratio. And dominant character is 75%. Okay, children, this is how we are going to do. Do you want me to tell one more example? Is it enough, children? Children, is it enough? Shall I say one more example? Enough means okay, children. Thank you. Some more examples. I will give if you want to practice in the notes. Description. I will add some questions. You can try on your own, children. Thank you. Please check the notes in the description.